There is a house in charming town. They call it the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many poor girls and me. Oh God, I won. If I listen to my mama, go and tell my baby sister, never do what I've done. The son of the house in charming town, we call the rising sun. My mother, she's a tailor, sold me my new blue jeans. My sweetheart.
Imagine tomorrow you walk out your front door and there waiting for you is your daily morning newspaper. And you pick it up and you open it up, and there on the front page is a different kind of news. An exciting news, a new news for the day. But instead of the usual bad news, it's all good news. It's news that the creator of the universe is passionately in love with you and has chased you and has redeemed you and brought you near to him. The Almighty God, the headline reads, is madly and passionately in love with you. And he has a free gift for you, the headline states. Now that would be exciting news. That would be life-changing news. As you read the news in the headline, it tells you that God is no longer looking at you with a wrathful eye, but eyes of delight. The subheadlines read, news to heal the brokenhearted, freedom for all who feel oppressed by living day to day in the sweltering heat of the circumstances of life. Those held prisoner by their own choices and captive by their failures are now free. As we read this news, it excites us. Finally, we are free. We are free to live as we were designed and created to be. And so the next morning we get back up looking for more news on this newfound freedom, on this new relationship we now have with the Father. So we walk out and we pick up the paper expecting to see new news. As we pick up this morning's newspaper, we see something entirely different. This paper's headlines read, Ministers warn of mass abuses. The subheadlines read, Ministers looking to establish safeguards, to establish checks and balances on God's gift and our relationship with God. Guidelines to be set up so as not to abuse, be irresponsible, or take advantage of God's love and gift. Both papers reflect what we often see and why we see so much confusion in the discussions, teachings, writings about God's free gift of grace. Yes, God's gift is free, and yes, it brings us freedom from God's wrath, from God's condemnation, and from the power of sin in our life. It also brings freedom from God's demands, where once he placed demands on us. Now, those demands have been met by Christ. But the question, the reason for the confusion is, how do we respond? What is next? Where do we go from here on our journey? And maybe you're stuck. Maybe you've been saved for a while and you're wondering how do you move forward? You feel empty. You feel lost. Well, that is why World Prayr has created this resource and this tool, why we've released this book, is to hopefully provide answers to questions that you might have, that it will provide a valuable resource, full tools, and a tool for you to turn to. Whether you read it through all at once, whether you read it through several times, or whether you go to it and look at one question at a time, study the answer, and go another time and look at another question. We are praying that it is a valuable, helpful aid for you as you walk further in your journey of grace, as it answers questions like the following.
He's got one hand on the throttle, the other on the brake. He's riding back to Redwood to own his father's stake. And me, I wait in Charlingtown to gain my loveless one. I'm staying here to end my life down in the rising sun.